Jimmy Corrigan, the smartest kid on earth. Ware. Jimmy Corrigan is an ordinary man, painfully shy and crushingly lonely, living a small and unremarkable life in Chicago. He spends his days at a dull office job, trapped in silence and routine, and his nights isolated in a dim apartment, disconnected from the world around him. His only escape is his imagination, vivid daydreams where he becomes heroic, clever, and loved, far from the timid figure he really is. When he receives a letter from the father who abandoned him as a child, Jimmy's quiet, uneventful life begins to shift. The story follows Jimmy as he travels to meet his estranged father for the first time. Their awkward reunion, filled with hesitation and unease, becomes the emotional center of the book. Ware weaves their encounter with haunting flashbacks to Jimmy's childhood and even further back to the 1890s, where we meet Jimmy's grandfather as a young boy during the Chicago World's Fair. These parallel timelines reveal generations of emotional distance, abandonment, and disappointment, showing how family pain echoes quietly through time. In his childhood, Jimmy is timid and often humiliated, bullied at school, neglected at home, and crushed by his mother's overprotective control. His imagination becomes both a refuge and a curse, filling the silence with dreams of friendship and fatherly love that never come true. The older Jimmy carries those same wounds, unable to connect with others or to trust affection when it's offered. Every gesture, every silence between father and son feels heavy with the weight of things unsaid. Ware's storytelling unfolds like a delicate machine, precise, melancholy, and visually intricate. His artwork reflects the emptiness of suburban life and the cold geometry of isolation. The colors are muted, the panels carefully ordered, mirroring Jimmy's sense of confinement. Yet amid the loneliness, there are moments of fragile beauty, small gestures of kindness, glimpses of connection that suggest the possibility of healing, even if incomplete. As Jimmy's father tries, clumsily, to reach out, tragedy cuts their reunion short, leaving Jimmy with both loss and an unexpected sense of clarity. For the first time, he sees that his father, too, was a frightened, broken man, a reflection of himself. The cycle of abandonment begins to make sense, and in that understanding, Jimmy finds a faint spark of growth. It's not redemption, exactly, but awareness, a quiet awakening in the midst of sadness. By the end, Jimmy Corrigan, the smartest kid on earth, is less about being smart and more about being human. It's about the aching need for love, the weight of family history, and the courage it takes simply to reach out, even when every instinct says to retreat. Ware's masterpiece gives voice to the small, invisible moments that define a life, and reminds us that even in loneliness, there's a shared, fragile humanity connecting.